If you guessed that I was getting ready to call the kettle black, then you would be correct, sir. Or madam, or both. I respect all gender roles. Readers, I'm doing a follow-up on the video that I did regarding the release of the trailer for the movie The Great Wall, starring Matt Damon. And the reason why I'm doing this follow-up is that a couple of days ago, the director of the movie, Zhang Yimou, released a statement on whether or not we were right in our assumption that Matt Damon was whitewashing the movie, in which he replied with, "As the director of over 20 Chinese language films in the Beijing Olympics, I have not and will not cast a film in a way that it was untrue to my artistic vision. I hope when everyone sees the film and is armed with the facts, they will agree." Now, there was no disrespect to Yimou in what I just did. I just don't believe him. Because what I've learned, and I hope what I've taught you readers, through multiple videos that I did in the past, is that the director is not the final word in how a movie is made. There are producers, there are writers, there are screenwriters, and there's the studio. If anything, last week's installment of today's lesson should have been a perfect example of that fact. Which is why for this installment of Readus Reacts, I'm taking a page out of Grace Helbig's book and looking at the story contributors and the screenwriters attached to The Great Wall to see if he's telling the truth. He isn't. So that being said, let's get started, starting with the screenwriters. And for those of you who don't know, screenwriters are usually the ones that are hired to revamp the script after the story contributors have come up with the initial story, or the dialogue if it needs sprucing up. Key example, Chris Terrio was a screenwriter for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. The initial story was conceived by David Succubus Goyer. So let's see, there are 3 screenwriters attached to this. So let's look at the first one, Carlo Bernard. Oh wow, you don't look Asian at all. You look like the guy that Ben Affleck is playing in that new movie, The Accountant. You look like you could have actually been an accountant. You also look like you own a log cabin. And who the fuck owns a log cabin? Let's look at your IMDB. As far as writing credits, you are known for Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. You wrote the screenplay for Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. Oh, and you also worked on The Sorcerer's Apprentice, so I guess. And you're also one of the main writers of National Treasure There's a National Treasure 3 happening? The fuck? Doug Miro, another non-Asian white writer who looks like only his friends follow him on Twitter. Oh, it looks like Doug Miro and Carlo Bernard come in a pair. That's cute, I guess. What have you also worked on Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. What the fuck is going on? And you're also writing... Okay, you're also writing National Treasure 3. And you also worked on The Sorcerer's Apprentice. So what was the deal with these 2 writers? Do you think one or the other went to the studio and was like, "If you don't hire my best friend, then I'm not on board"? But Mr. Bernard / Miro, we only need... No, you hire my best friend. I can't work without my best friend. Why are we tolerating this from this guy again? Because he's white. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Tony Gilroy. You look like you want to die. I don't know what event you're at when you took this picture, but you're looking at the photographer, probably looking him straight in the eye, and in your head, you're telepathically connecting to the guy, and you're mentally saying, "Kill me." Also not Asian for the note, but IMDB this bitch. Oh wow. Oh wow. This man has written the screenplays for The Bourne Identity, The Bourne Supremacy, came up with the screenplay and the screen story for The Bourne Ultimatum, and wrote the screenplay and the story for The Bourne Legacy. And now we know why Matt Damon is in the fucking movie. Luckily, he doesn't have any producer powers, otherwise I was going to call all of the bullshit. And he also worked on The Devil's Advocate, Armageddon, like Michael Bay's Armageddon? Yeah, Michael Bay's Armageddon. And Rogue One, a Star Wars story, what the fuck? Okay, he's only the screenwriter, meaning that somebody else came up with the story for it. Jesus fuck. And now we're going to move on to the writers who conceived the story. AKA the ones who conceived the fucker before the three Whitey McWhitepants came along and added their own flair. Starting with Michael HertzKovitch. This looks like the type of guy that'll deny me a 15-year fixed-rate mortgage. This looks like he naturally has a hand in the gentrification of neighborhoods just by fucking existing. Like he takes pride in closing down black businesses just to open up another Starbucks. Let me look at this IMDB page. Every time I look at this motherfucker, he makes me mad. Oh, he helped write the screenplay for The Last Samurai. But as far as The Great Wall is concerned, he's only a post-production story contributor. That's interesting. Alright, let's look at the other one. Edward Zwick. You see, I'm torn because I don't want to be mad at this guy. He's one of the main guys that produced Legends of the Fall and Glory. But let's look at his writing credentials. Last Samurai. He's the other half of the thing. He's the other half of the And like Marshall Hershkovitch, he's one of the screenwriters for the new Jack Reacher movie, which also stars Tom Cruise. And also like the fucker, he's also a post-production contributor to the story. So who's the main culprit? Max Brooks, the writer of the novel World War Z, is the one who came up with this story. No other film writing credits to his name outside of The Great Wall, World War Z, and a couple of episodes of Saturday Night Live. Oh god, I'm so confused. But yes, readers, now you kind of see why I call bullshit on that article. Zhang Yimou may be the director of this movie, but unlike David Ayer, who was both writer and director and still got screwed over by Warner Brothers, he is not the only creative mind in control of it, nor is he the main financial mind behind it. But I'm pretty sure that according to the creative minds that are attached to this, the white as fuck creative minds attached to this Asian fantasy movie, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only individual that's not taking his word to heart on this. So readers, your homework assignment for the day. Write in the comment section below the opinions of some of the writers that I've mentioned that are attached to this movie. Write whether or not you're giving any of them the benefit of the doubt. Or shit, if this was the proof you needed to realize that you don't want to spend your money to watch this, then write that too. But I tell you what you don't need to spend money to watch. Me if you press the subscribe button. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a commitment, so just sleep on it. Let it marinate in your mind a couple of days and get back to me and let me know what you think. But until then, this is Readus 101. Class dismissed.